What is up, y'all? The South Shakers are in the building for a little NXT Uncut, a little raw, a little nasty, a little funky. Of course, I'm not alone, but we'll get into all that when we, get back. We have to show you something very special. Our little intro we got. Shout out to Santana, who's been killing our graphic game. Just want to say that. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Of course, Battleground Podcast presents The Shakers Den. Okay. Cheers. Well, girls' weekend.
Oh my God. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Shakers Den. NXT Uncut, brought to you by Battleground Podcast. Of course, we all the Salt Shakers, and I mean, you already know it is. It's Tuesday nights. Time has changed, so right now it feels like it's like 12:30, and it's really only 11:30 for us right now. But we're not to waste much of your time. NXT tonight was actually a pretty interesting show. Thank you so much for the intro. That's technically our original intro that we have for NXT. The other ones for the past other 2 weeks were more dedicated to Halloween.
Yes.
Want to spice up a bit because not too many people can do that. But of course, y'all know why we're here. NXT Uncut. We have a lot to discuss and dive into tonight because I mean there was a lot that happened tonight. A lot of people still questioning some answers not answered. Like it was just a lot happening on NXT tonight. So I mean, we might as well just go ahead and dive into exactly the show itself. Of course, we started off with our opening match here: Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup. Now, mind you, Akira Tozawa did steal the Heritage Cup, and Metaphor did try to get it back last week, but obviously, because Akira Tozawa is so much smarter than Noam Dar, he ended up kidnapping, but they end up getting it back at the Haunted Mansion and everything like that. So, of course, like I said, this was the opening match here, and Akira was doing an amazing job. I sometimes I forget that Akira is even an amazing wrestler because he doesn't wrestle that often. He's kind of been put into like this comical gimmick and everything. So to see him back in the ring and wrestling and everything like that, I thought that it was great to see. Of course, Noam Dar, once again, retains his Heritage Cup, and he's honestly been carrying this cup for a very long time. He's lost it, but he's also regained it back. So he's been keeping holding on to this damn Heritage Cup. But even with the sense of Ormansa getting himself involved and everything, and Maxine was giving Aura the business, like she was like, "Girl, I'm gonna need you to come down, get out his face. Don't talk to him like that." So she slapped the shit out of him, and he got a German suplex by Otis, and he was asking Maxine to help him. Girl, why would you tell her to help you when you out here talking trash to her people? Your people, Norman didn't come in to try to help you. Lash didn't even try to big boot Otis. I mean, Jakara has one hand, so she can't do much. It's like, come on now, tragic. But Nomadar did retain this Heritage Cup. What's going on, Jeffrey? How are you? Yeah, no. Yeah. You forgot about us. You don't care about us no more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I don't know if like Noam Dar is who he is without the Heritage Cup. I think he's made this Heritage Cup his, even though there's been other plethora of competitors who have beaten him forward and he's gotten it back. I will say I do like what they are doing with Metaphor. They all come out looking. This is probably one of the most well put together factions, I would have to say. When I like anything fashion like, they come together and they make it work. And so I mean I absolutely do enjoy seeing these four together, honestly.
Phenomenal entrance.
Excuse me?
Phenomenal entrance.
We did not leave you. You left us.
Child. But yeah, I think what they're doing with this, they're keeping it hot, they're keeping it relevant, they're very like notable and very social media savvy, so you see them a lot. But I like it. I think it works. I didn't know what would happen with this, but shout out to Akira Tozawa, because we talked about this last night as well. Well, yesterday as well.
Yeah.
He just doesn't get enough. He's a phenomenal wrestler. Like
Yeah.
such a phenomenal wrestler. And I just think maybe this can get him out of the gimmick, but I do think that he's safe with Alpha Academy.
Hmm. He is, because I mean he's a great wrestler, and of course Alpha Academy is too. But yeah, so it was great. Also, we did get to see Mick Foley. Of course, he was letting us know who his picks were to basically qualify for the Iron Man um, match for Deadline. So he chose Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley. And he also chose Dijak and Tyler Bate. Haven't seen Tyler Bate in a very, very long time, so I was very happy to see him on screen. But of course, we'll talk about those matches as we continue on. There are also three other Hall of Famers who will be selecting their challengers or participants for this Ironman challenge as well, match for Deadline. Speaking of challengers, so whoever wins the women's Iron Challenge match, they will go on to face and get a title opportunity against maybe, possibly Laura Valkyria, who actually returned this week after successfully defeating the man of Becky Lynch at Halloween Havoc Night 1. A lot of cheers, a lot of happiness, and she looked absolutely amazing tonight. Someone who is not so pleased and hasn't been so pleasant these past couple of weeks is Zia Lee. Before Lyra defeated Becky, Zia Lee was allegedly next in line to get her a championship opportunity. Well, now that Becky has lost that title, Zia is very upset. She's upset. She's been upset with Candice. She's been upset with Becky. She attacked Becky last night, but of course, we save all our thoughts for that until next week for Raw versus SmackDown because we still got to get to SmackDown this weekend. Um, so yeah, so she comes out of the crowd and she confronts Zaya. Confronts Lyra. And she's like, did you see what I did to Becky and everything like that? And she wants a title opportunity. So it seems like to me that Zaya will probably finally get her a title opportunity she's been looking for. And by God, that damn kick she gave to that damn ref. I mean, not ref, but security guard. Y'all need to get some more tougher people because concussions are being laid out as we speak. So
Yeah. I do think her terror is also very believable. And I
it,
think that's what I like about it. Not a huge, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I just love Zia Lee, love her work. Because I don't know much about her because we've never really seen her on TV as much in the times that we have. And it really hasn't been a good showcasing, from my opinion, to know enough. But it's believable when I see her in faces of people like the champ. And speaking of, Lyra looks like a champion.
she
She
does.
doesn't even look like a character. She looks like a champion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Becky literally knocked this woman out of her character and
Yeah.
is now, it's almost as if we're seeing a we were getting to know Lyra, and I think now as a champion it's going to be even different because this is something that I think is new for me. Like the way
Yeah.
she presented herself tonight was very, very much different from
Mm-hmm.
what we're used to. Well, at least from what I'm used to. But I think Xia Li um, should stay in NXT, and I think there's definitely room there. Um, and just see where that goes because I don't really know because yeah, there's a
But
lot of people in that trying to get Lyra.
it is.
So
It definitely is. I don't mind it. I mean, I've seen a lot of Xylee's work, of course, with the Mae Young Classic, but also when she was down in NXT and she was having her matches there. She is a great wrestler. I do wish she would showcase a lot more on the main roster as far as in ring ability because other cases like y'all be it's like when she has her matches and everything, it's like okay, she came in on the main roster being the protector and everything, and now she's kind of semi sort of going back to the Xia Li that who she was in NXT before she came into the main roster, where she gave Mercedes Martinez that concussion, and and went through all that training with Boa and all this and that too. So I don't know, but we'll have to find out what happens with Xia Li if she stays in NXT. Of course, it seems if like she's still going to be having her issues with Becky because I'm sure Becky would definitely want to get her hands on Xia Li. So, but what I do appreciate is the fact that even though she was supposed to have this match or opportunities for the title against Becky, she's still being utilized, and that's something I will say that I do appreciate the fact of that these women who have been involved with Becky some type of way, they're getting airtime. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's something small or just still, you're able to see them, even though we haven't been seeing them in a long time too. So so Wesley is back and everything. And of course, he was in the middle of doing an interview with Mackenzie, just basically talking about, his return and the things that he had on his list that he wanted to do. And the first thing he wanted to do was smack the shit out of Dominic Mysterio. And well, he said he did that last week. But Baron Corbin, of course, is not feeling Wesley. It's like, oh, you ran out to be like a coward and everything, and now you want to come back and blah blah and all this and that. So Baron is definitely making his rounds to people. First, he knocked the hell out of Ilya Dragunov last week, and now he's in the face of Wesley. So Baron Corbin is definitely, like I said, he's making his rounds to people. I give you that much. So
This is like my baby daddy getting into it with my other baby daddy and brother.
yeah, basically,
It's terrible. I don't
it's
want them to feud, but I'm definitely taking Corbin's side because Wesley right now cannot be trusted.
yeah.
He
No,
just he
he's
can't be
still a
trusted.
suspect, and y'all trying to block it out. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself because once again, I am still 50-50
Mm.
in reality.
Mackenzie,
She was great.
how she looking at Baron Corbin? I feel you, girl.
Girl, she like, I get it.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
This was so dramatic.
Very much so. Like I'm not sure what this what the rep name is and everything. So I do apologize because sometimes I don't keep up with that. But he came out of Shawn Michaels' office and basically he is a rep for Braun Breaker and Von Wagner's match tonight, and whatever happens happens in that match. But Ava, we see her going back there into Shawn Michaels' office. Now we haven't seen Ava since the whole schism breakup and everything like that. So she's kind of been, and also because she was talking to Paul Heyman, so I don't really know about that. But maybe Ava finds her way into that Iron Woman match or something like that. Who knows for Deadline? But she wants to have a conversation with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels is a very busy man. So I don't know what's gonna happen or what's to be expected there, but guess we'll have to find out and see. As we move on to more women, because this was one of the women's that Mick Foley did select for the Iron Woman match. Of course, Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley, which was supposed to happen last week at Halloween Havoc, but because Tiffany took matters in her own hands and basically decided that no, bitch, we're not wrestling this week. I'm not gonna waste this cute outfit on you. So they decided they wanted to run it back this week, and they actually had a really, really good match. Tiffany's strength is crazy. The way she tossed Fallon outside of the ring, the way she rolled up and way she rolled up and picked her up and threw her outside the ring. She threw her as like Uncle Phil did Jazz back in the day. But this was a really, really great match. Very, very good showcasing of Fallon Henley, which we really don't see her a lot that often either, though. But she was very prepared for Tiffany Stratton this week, and I mean, because she's mother is gonna always win in a sense sometimes. But Tiffany Stratton, she is the first woman to actually be able to enter into that Iron Woman match for Deadline. So shout out to Tiffany Stratton. I wonder if, I guess once they figure out who else is going to be a part of the competitors and everything, I wonder if they're going to do like a last opportunity type thing. I thought, to bring that up, Jeffrey, I did think Fallon looked very much a great cosplay of Tiffany Stratton. Like I was like, who the hell is this? And it's like she actually looked really good. I'm not gonna even lie. If she ever want to go blonde like that and actually dressed like that,
Yeah.
it will work so well for her.
I don't know. Tiffany is just. I don't want her to get pushed up too quickly.
Yeah.
She's such a star, though. Like Fallon is a great wrestler in
Mm-hmm.
her own right. The
Yeah.
way that they have built Tiffany she's a mega star attraction. She's a main eventer. She's someone who went toe to toe with one of the biggest women stars in WWE history. And I just think that she's definitely getting her flowers. But Tiffany is one of those girlies that's like, I'm going to keep pushing. And when she becomes a two-time NXT Women's Champion, I'm going to be ecstatic because I do think we do need one from this generation. It could have been Mandy. It still could be Mandy. But I do think that Shayna and Charlotte need to have a third on that list. And it's Tiffany Stratton. It's literally like it's written like this is literally your homegrown talent. This is someone who is WWE. Same with Bianca Belair. Same with the Charlotte Flair. You're building, and that's the one thing. And this is not a knock to AEW, but I think that's the one thing that they struggle. I'm not saying it doesn't happen because there's obviously a Ricky Starks, there's a Britt Baker, but I think we're gonna see what you can do with a Jade Cargill, and I think that AEW sometimes it leans on that crutch of the person's status is big outside of the company, like before they even come to AEW. So that's like, oh, we know who this person is, or blah blah blah. But it's like that homegrown. WWE does a phenomenal job at building this homegrown talent that makes you literally like. I remember when Tiffy was doing these dumb little vignettes, and I wasn't feeling it, and then I saw the moonsault. I'm like, oh, yeah, pay attention. And then it was like, out of nowhere, Tiffy just really comes and slides in and was like, no, I want a title. And I don't know. I'm very impressed, but I'm also, this doesn't hurt Fallon. Because Fallon's just going to keep getting more TV time, hopefully, and be able to showcase. Because I do think that her and Miss Kiana James, I don't think they have unfinished business either. It really don't look like it.
No, not at all whatsoever. But I definitely agree with everything that you said. Tiffany, she's definitely needed in NXT. I wouldn't say for a long time, but for a while. Before I'd say probably maybe next year she could be, moved up to the main roster. But I feel like if she gets that title once again, that would solidify her down here in NXT. She doesn't need no tag team championships at all whatsoever because fuck, they don't got no tag teams down here that much. But I do feel like Tiffany has built herself in a star. I think when she took that time off and she came back, this was a different Tiffany Stratton. She's still daddy little rich girl, but it wasn't so like every 5 minutes, daddy this, daddy that. You know what I'm saying? It's really just Tiffany Stratton. She's building up herself into a star, and she's coming into her very much own mini Charlotte Flair, if you want to put it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's very much that. We definitely have been a lot of women segments on NXT. This is the land of the women. So I mean, Sean definitely gets it. Speaking of who got it tonight, Braun Breaker did. We have Braun Breaker versus Von Wagner, who made a return last week after. Uh, I keep wanting to call him Doctor Stone, but Mr. Stone. Uh, and Braun Breaker had their match last week, and it's not really good for Mr. Stone. But Von Wagner does return, and he not although he did not win this match here, he definitely was able to get his opportunity to put Braun Breaker through a table and give him at least a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. Do I think this is the end of Von Wagner and Braun Breaker? Absolutely not. I think it continues on, but it's nice to see Von Wagner back. Hopefully, this does something for him, because I feel like Vaughn, he's not a terrible wrestler. He just really doesn't have much of a character. But I think that with the whole head concussion and injury thing, kind of gave him a little something. And I mean, a little something just happened to be with Braun Breaker. Like I say, even though he did not win this match, he is the one standing. Him and Mr. Stone are the ones who are standing. And I keep wanting to call him Dr. Stone. It's so bad. It's so terrible. So
It's so hilarious.
I remember I called him Dr. Stone in the chat, and it was like, what? It's like his name, Mr. Stone. I said it. Like, no, you said Dr. Stone. I was like, oh fuck, I don't know.
I I will.
You not
As
feeling it?
quickly as we can get rid of Von Wagner, please let me. Please let me. Because as quickly as this man can be out of here, then I'm fine with it because
Yeah.
it's not giving.
You're not feeling it? You don't like it?
No. And I'm the more and more that people get pissed off about Braun Breaker, the more and more it attracts me to him even more. Because I already like Core Jade. So it's just like I just I think Braun is trying his best to put over a talent like a Von Wagner, but it doesn't stick. It's really I don't know. Like he reminds me of just that 2000s, early 2000s guy that was just in that may have been bulky, that may have been a big guy, that may have got some TV time, but he just didn't have like a Shinsky. Wasn't that his name? Like Gene Shinsky or whatever.
Sneak Skeet, yeah.
Yeah, like somebody like that who didn't have like he just doesn't, and that's okay. I think the more and more that you dive into a Von Wagner, you really realize that like as far as wrestling goes, it's just not a TV thing. I don't know what they can do with him, but I just cannot. Like I don't know. I'm just not
He's
feeling it.
definitely gonna keep sinking if he stays here. Like I don't know what else they plan on doing
Yeah.
for Braun Breaker, but I honestly do not care what they do with him because I don't care about
Oh,
Braun Breaker.
oh,
Um, he's a great talent. He's a great wrestler, but other than that, I mean,
right.
you're like a Chihuahua version of Goldberg with your fucking spirit. So I can care less about you. I don't care. Like Core, you cool girl, but
That is hilarious.
you don't even show up to work anymore. So you
Oh, no,
know,
she's on a long extended vacay.
I don't know what the hell she's
That
doing.
is funny as hell.
He was backstage at Raw with Chelsea Green. Why was he back there? I have absolutely no idea. I could smell him from my bedroom, and I'm miles away from that damn arena that they were in Monday Night Raw. So absolutely not. But Braun
Oh.
Breaker did win. Von Wagner gets the last laugh. Booker T is there. Okay, so yeah, Mello's back there. First of all, his face is like gorgeous. Okay, so Mello is back there and he's talking with Mackenzie, and of course, you know, him and Trick is supposed to meet in the ring later to discuss to try to figure out exactly what is going on, a friend or foe, and he's once again still dodging that question. He's just trying to get an understanding of like, listen, everybody has been coming from me since last week, thinking that I'm the one who did this, I'm the one who did that. I attacked Trick, blah blah, and then to say, oh well, Trick we did come out and he did, you know, in the middle of my match, and you know, and everybody's trying to get me to turn against Trick or try to pinpoint me as the man, and it's not it. But you guys are gonna find out tonight who actually did it. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm not gonna say too much because, like I said, I'm 50-50. Because if I say what I want to say, if I say what I really want to say, y'all might not like me anymore. I'm just all I'm gonna say about that. So that's all I'm gonna say. So we'll definitely dive a little bit more into Mello tonight when him and Trick and also somebody else joins them inside the ring. Let's just keep on coming.
Back to back.
Oh,
Whoa out. Just whoa out.
I am very so all right, so of course we get a video package from the Brawling Brutes, and I mean they've been working I would say over time, from Friday Night SmackDown to NXT. I'm glad that they're keeping them on both shows to kind of keep them something to do since Sheamus is kind of MIA dealing with an injury and everything. So he's kind of MIA. That's what the streets say. That man is MIA with an injury. Just saying, hey, listen, I know, but
What?
that's what the streets said that Sheamus
That's
is out.
crazy.
It is. That is a
That's
wild. That
crazy.
is wild. I would have never guessed that at all whatsoever.
Me
But
neither.
that's what they
Wow.
said. He's out with an injury. So I'm just going off by what the streets say. And the
That's
locker room is
crazy.
saying that, Sheamus is out with an injury. And so
Yikes.
the Brawling
Well,
Bruce is
famous? I hope you feel
yeah,
better. Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what they said. And well, the Brawling Bruce are pretty much on their own, doing their own thing. And I enjoyed this video package. I am hoping that once again I get to see Pete Dunne in person again. Y'all don't understand. Like, is listen, I believe I get the opportunity to see him this month at a live show because there is a SmackDown show that's coming. And that's all I'm gonna say. Whenever I post my video and I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be a wild night. I'm telling you. If a kid is sitting next to me, you're not getting by this ramp. I don't care. Your parents should have bought tickets for me because I spent my hard-earned money to get that end seat. Okay, so I'm gonna hope and pray that I am able to get a photo with that man. My life would be in the Lord's hands. Okay. More women, of course. Yeah, I definitely do have a good seat. So it's not gonna be a SmackDown. It's gonna be a live event. So you just have to be there to be there. Speaking of more, exactly, absolutely. I'm not gonna put that comment up here, but absolutely,
Hold on. Hold on.
absolutely.
This is tell her turn it around.
Mommy, I want to get to the realm.
Oh.
Mike, do you mind if my kid gets like next to you?
I've had it. Enough.
No.
Bitch.
You should have bought your child an seat, okay? You should have got your child an seat. It's not happening. You're not getting on the end seat. But
Enough.
I'm not get your child away from me. I don't want to hear it.
This is the funniest picture ever because I don't know why, but
There's so much happening.
This is giving me like early 2000s music video cover because the facial expressions on everyone's face are pure golden.
It's all over the place, I swear. I swear, I promise you, it's very much Disney Channel. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like Disney Channel series, and Roxanne is the main character. Lola is the mean girl who comes in and try to boss things around. Kalani is the friend that gets bullied, and Carmen is the one that's just in the back, just looking at all the mess, and Ariana just trying to keep the peace. And then Electra, she just fall in as well because she's a bully too. So, I think this is too
Bring
much.
Bring it on again and again.
Very much so, all the way. This is very much Bring It On, Candy, literally, all the way. You know what I'm saying? You think? Let me tell you something, Lola. Do you think you're gonna come to my school and think you're gonna run stuff over here? Absolutely not.
Roxanne really got that dumbass look on her face.
Try it. I'll see you at nationals, bitch.
Oh, whoever took this.
I see you at nationals, Lola. You tell her, Roxanne. Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
You have the option. But yeah, so Roxanne, well, technically Lola and Electra came in, Barlin Kalani, all the girls, Kalani, Carmen, and Ariana Grace was just sitting down, chilling, having a good time. And Lola, who's the 2023 breakout winner, comes in with Electra, and they just start talking mess to Kalani, trying to jump on her and everything like that. And then Roxanne comes in, like, hold on now. Like, I know you might have won that damn opportunity to get your title shot, but girl, I've already done it. Okay. I've already done it. I've already been here. Point blank period. You can't do what I do. So, and I don't know if Nikki's frozen, but I think she is. But yeah, Lola and then they come in and it's just like, just trying to start problems. Ariana trying to keep the peace, and Carmen is so done with her and everything like that. So obviously this leading to a tag match, um, actually between Lola and Elektra versus. Can I put myself back down here? I cannot. Okay, so I'll be Nikki now. Lola and Elektra versus Roxanne and Kalani Jordan. Very very good match. It was a really good tag match between these four ladies. You don't see Roxanne wrestle that often much, and I mean Kalani, she obviously has this energy that she needs to give to Lola because Lola and Elektra are trying to bully her in a sense as well. But quite frankly, Kalani and Roxanne get the victory. Very very nice pair in tag. I know, of course, with the Dusty Rose classic coming probably soon eventually. They're going to be trying to establish their tag teams for this opportunity. Ariana did come out and sat outside during this match was happening, and she tried to be I guess a ring announcer, but Carmen was not really feeling it, and she knocked Ariana ass down like it was nothing, ladies and gentlemen, like it was absolutely nothing. So I don't know, but seems to me like a lot of things are heating up, but it kind of does look a little bit bad because like Lola, you win this opportunity, and even though Lola did not take the pin, I mean, still you lost, but you're holding this opportunity for a title shot. You know what I'm saying? You allow Kalani and Roxanne to get that victory. So yeah, Roxanne did have the fans cheer for her this week. Her and Kalani. I don't know if Lola it would have started a riot broke out, but I think that it is definitely a way to protect Lola in this sense because not only is she the new fan favorite amongst the crowd, but also because she's holding this opportunity. So yeah, Carmen was definitely tired of Ariana's ass. So I don't know. I think Ariana Grace is doing an amazing, amazing job. Being exactly what she's been doing, and I think that is great to see a lot of these women here on NXT at that. Like I said, she did knock the hell out of Ariana Grace after the match because, like I said, she was tired of her shit. She really was. So I'm sure that by next week we will have a match between Carmen and Ariana Grace. So they're going to continue to have this feud happening. What I do appreciate is that there are a plethora of different feuds between these women that's happening. And I think that I think that it's great because it's not surrounded around a title. That means that you have other women who are coming up in this company on this brand that need this opportunity. So we also got a video, I guess, message or promo from Joe Gacy. Now, since Schism has ended, he and Ava have basically went their own ways. And Gacy has been dropping these videos subliminally, just saying a lot of different things, and I don't know exactly where it's going to lead to. I'm hoping that he comes back because I think that Joe Gacy is a phenomenal wrestler. He's very missed in the ring. I don't know exactly what the game plan is for him at all whatsoever. I have no idea. But I don't know what the game plan is for him, but he definitely does. He being someone who was on top with his whole faction Schism, and now it's like he doesn't know exactly what he wants to do, what exactly his outcome is, what exactly is going to happen with him. I don't know. I honestly don't truly have the answers for him, but he definitely does look a little lost in a sense. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens as the weeks go on with Joe Gacy and see where it follows, because as of right now we just kind of just get a bunch of video promos from him. Okay, so we got Otis versus Drew Gulak. Now this match started because of the fact of that after Tozawa, of course, lost his match against Norman Dar, Alpha Academy was trying to give him some words of encouragement and things like that. So then Drew Gulak, Damon Kemp, think his name is uh can't think of his name though, but one of them is Dempsey. I do know that. And I can't think of the last one name because I don't really see him that much. But I'm thinking of it, but I cannot say it right now. So, but they approached Alpha Academy, and Drew Gulak had a lot to say about Chad Gable in a sense, like just really talking trash about him, saying he's not the same anymore, and all this and that. And well, Otis said, well, you know what? How about you step into the ring with me? And this is how we end up getting this match here: Otis versus Drew Gulak. Like I said, don't see Drew Gulak that often either, and he's another one who's an amazing wrestler too. So I will say that Otis, man, I appreciate Alpha Academy being down here on NXT. I will say that because Alpha Academy has been clearing Monday Night Raw, of course. Maxine being here, Chad Gable, Otis, some people who came from NXT. Those like, of course, Chad Gable being the Black and Gold brand, even Otis Black and Gold brand. And to be here on NXT wrestling up against Drew Gulak was great because these are two, I would say, amateur wrestlers and everything like that. So I enjoyed it, but Otis did what he needed to do, and that was to get that victory. And he did defeat Drew Gulak. And of course, celebration begins. But Alpha Academy, they did say that they were going to come back next week in a sense. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do next with that. Did you see? I did see Alpha Academy do the dance challenge on TikTok. Well, technically, I saw it on Twitter actually, and I love that little dance challenge that people are doing. Of course, they do like a little slow dance there, and the lights go off, and they put all the phones flashing, and then they start doing some crazy dance there. So I definitely did enjoy all of that. I enjoyed everything about it. So I thought it was cool. I think that we might have Nikki back
Technology, people.
technology, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry.
Shout out to Otis.
Definitely shout out to Otis. You got the victory over Drew Gulak, your boy. How did you feel?
Um, I like Drew. I think he's on the wrong path,
Yeah.
but I do love Otis. Like I genuinely think that Otis and Chad, and I've said this for years. I've honestly thought both of them have had something. And so for me, seeing them get this much TV time
Mm-hmm.
consistently, be able to take wins, take losses. I mean, the match that they had with Julius Creed and Brutus,
Mm-hmm.
impeccable. So I don't know. I think Gulak has found a safe haven in NXT, but I think he needs to find his own way in a sense.
Yeah.
Otis is, I think Alpha Academy is very underrated, and they'll always be like that. I think they'll be appreciated, but I think they won't be, especially if they do something with Tozawa. Like if they're able to do like bring something out of him,
Yeah.
I don't know what, but I would like to see it. But I don't know. I enjoyed this match though, cause honey, Drew Gulak can wrestle his ass off.
He definitely can. Most definitely. But yeah, so Otis did get the victory. And shout out to Otis. But like I said, Alpha Academy did say they will be back next week.
Yep.
What they're gonna do, I have no idea. Tazal was a nice recruit. Mid and Maxine too. Definitely Maxine looks her gear was actually really cute last night. And I mean
Mhm.
Tazal is fine. He's back into, getting some TV airtime and being in the ring as well. So I think that's a great addition for all of Alpha Academy. So I know we spoke of these two earlier. Kiana James and Tiffany Stratton seem to be having some type of partnership or alliance. I will say they kind of been sticking with this alliance for a minute now. I want to say, And they made it clear that they were going to go all the way to the Iron Woman match together at Deadline. And Boa is back there talking to somebody, so it looks like he is recruiting himself as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, Kiana James, Tiffany Stratton, they have a lot of similarities, I would say, in a sense when it comes to more of a interesting character wise for those two. Like Kiana, she's a the Fortune 500 business owner, business lady, and Tiffany is a rich girl who you know doesn't really have to work for a living, but she does, and everything like that. And they mesh really, really well because even though Tiffany is daddy little rich girl, she's very independent and she does whatever she wants. And Kiana James has worked for her business and she's able to do whatever she wants. So I
That's
think
true.
that this pair is very, very interesting to see here with these two. I don't know how long it's going to last because we already know that it's always an ego issue when you're dealing with two alpha females like these two.
Deadline. That's gonna be that deadline. Okay.
December night, ladies and gentlemen. December night. So, we also got a backstage segment with Chase U, Chase University, tag team champions, and everything like that. And someone gives my dean an envelope that has something in there, which I have absolutely no idea what it is. But by the looks of it, Mr. Chase was not too fond of it. And also, they will be defending their tag titles next week against the family, which we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But
Wow.
uh, JC and Thea were not really too happy about the fact that they did not win those tag titles last week, in a sense. So, which caused or made her make the suggestion of the fact that they would be defending their titles next week. Don't know, don't know what's gonna happen, but JC's not happy at all whatsoever. I do wonder what's in that damn envelope though. I absolutely want to know because whatever it was not. It didn't look like he was too happy about it.
Right.
I was very shocked. So I don't know. Class dismissed, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody get to go home early. Also, before we get to our next match, we did get a video package from Dijak and Tyler Bate, which I absolutely love. Tyler Bate, honestly, don't really see him that often. I was going to ask, like, damn, where is Tyler Bate? Have not seen him, and well, he shows the hell up tonight. And of course, being a part of the Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying match, and the winner advances over to Deadline. This is another one of Mick Foley's choices and picks. He takes on Dijak, as I stated, and this match is going really well. I was really rooting for Tyler Bate to win because in his promo he said that he wants to stop being remembered of his past, but remember for his future. I thought that was so poetic, Shakespeare like, and I just felt
Get
something.
this shit out of here.
I just felt something in my heart, and something else tingled. But
Mm.
Dijak did end up getting Dijak did end up getting the victory. And he's the first man to qualify for the Iron Survivor match challenge and everything. So I was hoping my maybe Tyler still does get an opportunity if they do the Fatal 4-Way for the second chance match. But I was really hoping for him to get in there. But I'm not mad at Dijak winning, but I really wanted Tyler Bate to be a part of this. And I hope he still does get the opportunity to do so. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Lita, who people and I mean people, I mean me, myself, and I, and the good Lord, have been trying to figure out where the hell this woman has been since she got her ass knocked out, and Becky ended up losing those damn tag titles. Nowhere to be found. Well, she's been found. The milk cartons, you can throw those away because Lita will show up. Well, she might not show up next week, but she will be there next week, maybe virtually or in person, to share who her, I don't know, choices are for the participants for the Iron Survivor match, both men and women. So we'll definitely figure that out next week. Also, as I stated, Chase U would take on Tony D'Angelo and Stacks for the NXT Tag Team Champions. So let's see how that goes as well. Now we get to where we really have to all come together as one, and let's just all sit on the floor Indian style, legs crossed, because we just really need to have a gathering.
Oh,
We need to have a gathering, ladies and gentlemen, because this is something that people have truly been waiting on since last week. We were left with a cliffhanger. And
yeah.
also, before I get to this, Dragunov did do a video promo as well to Baron Corbin Catch Your Days, to basically sum up what Dragunov said to him.
Not too much.
That's enough. All right, so Trick, Mello, the saga begins now. And well, Mello, I don't know. Like it sounds 50-50, but if I say if I want to say, people may not look at me the same anymore. But I don't know if I don't know what it is. I think that Mello is definitely dodging the question because maybe he is definitely tired of hearing that. Since it happened, he has been the person to point the blame at for what happened to Trick. And Trick did admit tonight that he didn't even see who attacked him. He doesn't know who attacked him. And Mel's like, so you don't know who did it? You didn't see who attacked you? You don't know who attacked you. I don't know if this is Mellow way of saying like, oh, well, he can't think that it's me because like he doesn't know if I did it. He doesn't know who did it. You know? All the thing he knows is that when he finally came from that concussion and saw all the rest around, the voice that he heard was Mello. You know, and Trick, he went on to say, like, well, Mello, you haven't been there for me. Every time you had something going on, whether you winning the championship, I've sacrificed my body, all this and that. I've always been by your side through everything, through all your moments. But when it came to my moments, you were not there. You did not give me the same grace and respect that I gave you. I put my foot on these people's necks for that damn introduction that I gave you, every entrance, whatever it was, I did that for Mello. I did it for Mello. Mello's like, and I get it, I understand. Look where we are now. And Trick's like, well, look where we are now. We're obviously not on the same page. There's obviously a lot of things that's going on. And Trick said he had a question for Mello, and then he was like, Mello, did you? And Mello cussed him off, said, did I, be that friend for you? Did I do this for you? Did I do that for you? Did I do all of this for you? I believed in you, Trick. I told you you had potential. You were destined for greatness. You were, and you are. Trick and Mello, like we were like Shaq and Kobe, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like we were there. We were those duos, that duo. Nobody was touching Trick and Mello game at all whatsoever. And now look, we're standing across.
Trick didn't gain from that though. That's the problem. Like Trick didn't gain anything from helping Mello. All he did was help Mello. He never, not one time, helped himself. And he has no one to blame for that. I don't think he should be mad at Mello. What I think he should have came out and told Mello is all those times when you were champion, some of those times you would not have been champion if it wasn't for someone on your side. Mello took a very hard time trying to defeat someone without the help of Trick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Trick gained nothing from what he did for Mello, but Mello, on the flip side, Mello never asked.
No.
So therefore, I think his anger is directed, in my opinion, in the wrong way. I think you should be mad at yourself for putting yourself in the crossfire for someone, especially if you only did it to get it back in return, then it never really was genuine because you were Trick, riding, even though you didn't have a clear destination, hate to say it, but you were riding coattails. Even though you didn't get anywhere, like, I don't know. This is so drama. Drama, 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 drama. And I think that just tell us who did it. Cause I'm tired of playing Clue. I don't give a damn, honey. Who shot Jimmy?
Well, guess what? We won't find out at deadline because that's exactly when we're gonna find out. But it's just the fact of that. Trick is looking for his moment,
Yeah.
and I mean, Trick, you did get your moment and everything. You did, but you lost it within 2 days. So you did lose it. And it wasn't Melo's fault because you didn't want him to go out there and help you. You said you can do it on your own. That man said he could come out. Melo has not only lost his championship, he's questioned if he thinks he is who he say he is.
Yeah.
His best friend, his homeboy, gets attacked, and now he's being the person to blame for it. That man is up under a lot of stress right now. He truly is. And with what happened to Trick, I don't know. Like I said, I'm 50-50. I can't say if he did it, I can't say if he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, as it continues on with this segment, Lexus King comes out. I have absolutely no idea why he came out at all whatsoever. But obviously, Trick and Melo were not feeling it. They wanted him to stay out of grown folks' business, let us handle our own stuff. Why are you even out here? And Lexus King's like, listen, I'm just trying to, we're all just trying to figure out what's happening. We're all trying to get to the bottom of this. What happened? Did did your homeboy attack you? Did he do it? You know what I'm saying? You putting the blame on him. Say that he did it, Trick. Say he did it. Say that Melo is the one who knocked you upside your damn head and cost you your opportunity to go after that NXT championship. Say that. Lexus King was definitely an instigator. And well, whenever there is someone who's there to be an instigator, it always causes more problems in friction between two people that actually have the issues. And that is exactly happened when Trick was getting fed up with Lexus King, antagonizing him to the point where not only does Trick goes in and tries to hit Lexus King, Lexus moves out the way and he hits Melo in the face. So it brings us here. We're now left back on another cliffhanger for the week because what exactly is going to happen now? I know Trick definitely did not mean to hit Melo. He was trying to hit Lexus King, but Lexus moved out the way, and Melo's face just happened to be there for that punch. And now, I don't believe anything. I'm not looking at that man's eyes. So, if I'm looking at his eyes, he feels a lot of anger right now. And the only thing it's doing is causing more of a wedge between Melo and Trick. And that's all. That's all it is, and that's all it's gonna be.
Well, Melo, if you did it, whew, if you did it, boy, I tell you what, that's gonna be crazy.
I hope he didn't do it. I just hope. I hope he didn't do it. I really do. But like I said, I am 50-50 on all of this whole entire thing. With Melo, with Trick, with all of it. Like I'm gonna be 50-50 because like I said, last time I blamed somebody, I got it wrong. But also the last time I blamed somebody, I got it right. So like right now, I'm gonna keep my 50-50. Will Santana enjoy the last laugh if Melo is innocent. If Melo is innocent, then I celebrate.
Of course you will.
I celebrate. But if he's not innocent, I'm gonna go to bed. You won't see me here anymore.
Oh.
NXT will be uncut. It'll be cut from the seconds in.
Oh no.
But overall, NXT was really good tonight. I definitely enjoyed it, especially getting the women's segments, of course, getting geared up for deadline. and other plethora of other storylines that are happening amongst the show and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, that pretty much does bring us to the end of the NXT Uncut. Definitely make sure you continue to follow the Salt Shakers, the Shakers Den, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, etc. Definitely shout out to Battleground Podcast for giving us this platform and everything to do we got to do here and bring you this amazing content. Definitely follow Nikki's Twitch at Nikki Bougie, where you can find her doing all her gaming shit. You can also follow my Twitch, where there's no gaming right now. Definitely continue
Under
to
construction until
under construction right
2024.
now. Yeah, definitely shout out to NXT for getting that CW deal. I know a lot of people had a lot of conversations about that earlier on today. So don't know what's happening in NWA, but they're still doing their own thing too.
It makes me so like I want to say this.
Yeah.
It baffles me that no one has like people are just now talking about the whole NWA thing when that happened live on pay-per-view. This is how I know people do not pay attention. And I know I get it. It's NWA.
Yeah,
but one thing that I will say is that even if I don't watch product, like a lot of the product, if it's weekly, I'm gonna tune into a pay-per-view because of shit like that. And when I tell you that was
crazy.
I'll tell you something. That was nuts. In front of all them children.
Girl, they didn't know what was going on. They thought it was just baby
damn.
powder.
And I honestly
baby
think
powder.
that the I don't know how the producing was going, but I don't know comfortably. I don't know who knew what was on camera and who knew what. Because when I tell you that that's gonna close out 2023. Like if crazy, let me tell you something. If it gets crazier than Father James,
but how do people know that was coke that he was?
Please,
like,
please.
What if it's like?
I was born on a Monday, but not this Monday.
Well,
let me tell you something.
We're on Tuesday.
Go. You can see the substance. Now, here's the thing. If it wasn't pure cocaine or crack or whatever, but you still did something to make it seem like you were snorting a drug. So regardless if you put fake drugs there or not, it doesn't matter. The message that you implicated has now moved you to not wanting to be partnered because CW doesn't stand for that. CW isn't a company that stands for live televised shows and an old man coming out here acting like he doing coke. Now, if he wasn't doing coke, that's fine. But it doesn't matter now because you still implicated that it was something of that. His gesture, the way he... Let me tell you something. He recreated New York City in the 1980s. That's it. And I don't know what people thought, and I don't know if like whoever produced that thought that he would like everyone would benefit from it. But baby, I am so glad he did not do that shit on Impact Wrestling because that would have been that would have just been.
You know where he could have done it at? Down at TV.
He could have, but he chose the wrong.
That's when that's when I closed that deal on CW.
You don't do that. You don't do that. You like someone should have looked over the script and.
What if they didn't even know that
I don't know who was in charge.
Because like that's like from what I have seen from NWA pay-per-views, that I've never seen anything like that happen. So
can't say I have. I've seen something like that on GCW.
Well, that's GCW.
But I've never seen anything like that.
The
only issue is that you're allowed to do stuff like that on pay-per-view. The problem is you had a TV deal watching you.
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine having to make that phone call and say, "Hey, we've been looking at NWA, right? Tell me why this bald-headed ass man on here doing coke."
You want to know what's crazy? That this whole thing just sounds really familiar, and
Like
now I'm scared.
TV deal thing.
Yeah, watching your show and everything like that. So
Oh, yeah.
now I feel triggered. But here we are.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to NXT for getting the TV deal.
I'm not too happy
Nothing
about it,
like that happens over here.
but I'm happy about it.
But it won't take into effect until October of 2024. So
Ah,
they got a long listen, we got a long way to go. A long way to go before we even get to that point. So that is stuff you see on ECW, and now that is no longer existing at this time. But yeah, other than that, we do thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here in the Shakers Den, brought to you by Battleground Podcast. NXT Uncut will be back on Thursday for the best Impact Wrestling post show of all time. We are got a lot of matches that have been announced as well. And you know, get your hard to kill tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you're not going to be able to see where you want to, get those. Go to Final Resolution. The final pay per view before 10A becomes exactly what it is: total non-stop action. But other than that, once again, we definitely thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here in the Shakers Den, brought to you by Battleground Podcast. We'll be back on Thursday for Impact Wrestling, and so on and so forth. Enjoy the rest of your night, you guys. Get you some sleep because it's daylight savings. We got an extra hour. Have a good night, and we will see you guys on. Get out the way. We'll see you guys on Thursday.